Alright, so we are at the end of day 66. We left Daleville this morning. We slept in, had a great morning, didn't leave till about 11 or so, and had a pretty easy day. We did between like 11 and 12 miles, taking our time. So yeah, not much to say about today other than it felt good. Yesterday's 0 was much needed. Our feet are very thankful. I think our next stop is Glasgow, and then Waynesville. They're the next two before we hit Shenandoah. So we'll see what's going on between now and then. So day 67, and we have been walking along the Blue Ridge Parkway for a majority of the day, which means that we have some great views. Pretty much all morning. It's been pretty nice. Still day 67. It got pretty hot today, so we took some longer breaks. So that mixed with a 20+ mile day means that we are getting to camp really late. So I feel like that might be a trend now. We might start trying to get up a little bit earlier, take a siesta, and do hiking a little bit into the afternoon just to stay clear of the hot. I think the next couple days is supposed to get into the mid-90s, and that is no fun for us, and more specifically for Maya. So we'll see how that goes. We made it to the end of day 60. I think it's 68 today. I'm not entirely sure. We ended up doing 15 miles. It was so hot. So we took a lot of breaks, took our time. So we're getting to camp around 7:20. We ended up making pretty good time. So we were gonna camp like 2 more miles down the way. That was our end game, and I like pulled up my map to look up like how much farther we got going. And when I looked at the comments had said people had seen bear, like 3 different people said they saw a bear there in the last like 5 days. And so me and Blue detoured, ended our day short. We are stopping and stealth camping at 15 miles today, and Mom would be proud. All right, this is the James River Bridge. It's the longest footbridge on the AT. So that's pretty cool. All right, day 70. We are at Stanimals Hostel. Behind me, there is a hangout spot. That's where we ate breakfast and hung out last night. Here's our tents. I didn't think that they allowed dogs because it said that in all of their stuff. So we just have paid like $20 to pitch our tent in the yard, and then we were able to use their showers and do our laundry and all that stuff. And then we were able to go to town and do resupply and all that fun stuff. So it's just a quick stop last night, and then we are back on the trail today. Okay, so we have left Stanimals in Glasgow. We are back on trail. It's almost noon. And it is so hot today. Not only is it hot, we have a heck of a climb to do. So, it's gonna be a fun day. Same day. The weather has shifted on us though, so this is what we're looking at now. It's kind of hard to see, and it actually lightened up. We were a little, not that unlucky, but we were only like half a mile away from the shelter when the sky just decided to open up. So we're a little wet now, and gonna see if we can wait out the storm in the shelter and potentially hike on and or just stay here tonight. Day 71, we are a little over halfway, a 4.7 mile climb right now, but we have changed from the bajillion degrees we were at yesterday to a cool rainy day, but it's giving the woods this awesome eerie feeling, which is kind of cool. It's not so bad. It's making this hill a lot easier than yesterday's hill was. So we made it to the end of day 71. We were thinking about pushing a pretty hard day today and doing about 20. We only made it 15. Decided to stop, which we stopped really early. We stopped at 5, which is early for me and Blue. But it's just been raining all day, and it's supposed to get even harder tonight. So we thought it would be smart to go ahead and pitch our tent while there was kind of like a lull in the rain. So since there's consecutive days of rain, we were just thinking that'd be great for the inside of our tent and like all the stuff inside not to be completely soaked, to be comfortable. But I was going to show you, we just left Glasgow yesterday, but the town before, Daleville, had this nice little outfitter with a lot of stuff in it. So I got some new gear that I was going to show you. First and foremost, all the cool kids have this. This is a little cork ball, just to work out like the bottom of your feet, and like you can like work out your muscles and stuff at the end of the day. Literally everybody had one, everybody was using one, and I felt like I was missing out. So I got one, and this far I've been liking it. We got Maya some, I think they're 4-liter dry sacks. Her legs are so short that when she walks and it's like really muddy, or if it's rained a lot, the bottom of the bag gets really wet, and therefore her food's been getting like really gross and soggy, and I feel really bad giving my dog like this gross soggy dog food. So I bought her 2 dry sacks for each of her saddlebags, and then I've just been hanging them up with my bear bag at night, so that's been working out really well. This next one's a little gross, so sorry. I got a cooler cloth. It looks like this. So that's for the females. All that is like if you go like pee in the woods, instead of like littering toilet paper all the time, the cooler cloth's like an antibacterial like wipe thing that you can like throw in the washer and like reuse over and over again. Again, sorry, that's kind of gross, but I feel better about the environment having one. A lot of people had one. I'd never heard of them before, so that was the first outfitter that we crossed in a while that I was able to find one. So I went ahead and got one. Also, when we were in Daleville, I know in my video I had commented on like going ham on my peel with a knife, and it didn't really work. If you were curious how that worked out. But in Glasgow, I finally went after it with nail clippers, because I like that callus is really hard, and I knew that there was a blister up on this callus, so I popped it. So this is also gross, sorry. Check it out. It looks really gross, but it feels so much better. There was the biggest blister up under that callus, and now it just feels like super relieved, so hopefully it doesn't turn into an issue. We'll keep it clean. Day 72. I just woke up. I haven't slept very well, so I'm looking rough, but it is rainy, it is windy, it is cold, and I'm not very motivated to hike today. Alright, we finally got moving, and this is the trail today. All right, so we are at the pre-shelter. We got Black Hole and Daniel and Mule and Blue behind me. Fun thing about this shelter is that there is a confessional. Here it is. And people write all the sins they have committed on trail, and they've been quite fun to read. It has rained so much the last couple of days that the trail is literally like a little river. All right, made it to day 73. The sky has finally cleared up, kind of. At least it's not raining today, just a little overcast, which actually has been super nice because it's not been too hot. It feels really good. We hiked Priest Mountain yesterday. Today, this morning, we conquered 3 ledges, which was a 6-mile uphill climb. But since the weather's worked in our favor, we finally got a good view. All right, so according to Peak Finder, the Priest, which is at 4,065 feet right there, that's right there, and then we went all the way to the bottom. And then this is the 3 ledges that we have climbed, to give you an idea what the end of the yesterday / beginning of today looked like. And we are back to this. So we just had a pretty cool encounter. We ran into Aquaman, who was a thru-hiker this year. He's already done. He's soboed from December to May and did it in exactly 5 months. So he was out just doing a day hike with a friend. So we stopped and we chatted for a few minutes. That was pretty cool. Talked about his hike. But when we came across him and his friend, they had just found a lost dog. So they jumped in their car since they were out for the day, and now we have acquired the lost dog, who's, him and Maya are both smelling something. I think his name right now, for the time being, is gonna be Rocky, but Blue keeps trying different things to see what he will respond to. So Aquaman and his friend Locke said that they called the animal shelters, they called the local police department, and they told them just to leave the dog, and they'd come and get him tomorrow. So we're gonna just the dog's following us, hiking with us, so we're gonna see how this goes, and he may or may not come to Waynesboro with us to maybe the police department or animal shelter tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, update on the dog, whose name is Floyd. We found out somebody on Facebook gave us the good advice of flipping the collar inside out, and his name was on the inside of the collar, but the telephone number was illegible, so that didn't really help very much. But but he walked 4 miles. Blue kind of coerced him into her tent for the night. He really wasn't excited about that, but we didn't know what else to do, and I just plastered him all over Facebook. So we found his owner. Apparently he just is a dog that likes to roam around that area. Multiple hikers had seen him. He's been brought back home multiple times, so I'm just glad that this ended up being a good ending, because we were starting to get really worried and didn't exactly know what to do and how to handle the situation and what the best way to go about it was for the dog. So he's getting picked up at 8 o'clock this morning, so in about half an hour. And if you're curious, it's still dang raining. I don't even know what day this is in a row now. So we have 14 miles before we get to town, and I think this is the most deserved town day that we have had. I am ready. We finally made it to Rockfish Gap, which is the spot that leads to Waynesville, Virginia. The sweet lady that picked up the dog this morning told us to let us know when we got here, and she'd come back and shuttle us into town. So we are currently waiting on her to come pick us up. She's just a few minutes away. And we got some wonderful trail magic from a guy here at the Gap. Got some soda, so life's looking up.